Sunday, October 9th. You're listening to Weather with Enthusiasm. Weather map today, we have only 2 tropical systems in the world right now. One of them is headed into Central America, producing 8 to 12 inches of rain at its core. That system became actually a hurricane earlier today at around 3:15 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. For a short period of time, it was a Category 1 hurricane with sustained winds of 85 miles per hour. The system has weakened since, and it's expected to continue to weaken, but the flooding rains are expected to continue. We have a snowstorm which is developing off in Alaska. 2 to 4 inches of snow is expected in the mountains, but 1 to 2 inches of snow even on the valley floor. Cities like Fairbanks have special weather statements in effect. We've also seen some snowflakes up in the upper Midwest as well. No accumulation in those areas. Over the past couple of nights, we've seen temperatures drop below freezing for the first time in the upper Midwest. That's due to an air mass that originated from the Arctic, bringing the first real chill into the Midwest of the season. Another strong cold front is on the way for Wednesday, but until then, the high pressure system has moved off to the east, producing a south flow for the Midwest. The synoptic weather setup will be the temperatures in St. Louis, Missouri will most accurately reflect the synoptic setup here in the country, more so than other cities. Ups and downs for St. Louis, Missouri. High temperatures tomorrow going into the 80s in St. Louis. Swimming weather for tomorrow in St. Louis. Clearly, you could feel the warmth ahead of the next storm system, which has its strong cold front that will be moving through on Wednesday. Precipitation is expected along the front for the Midwest and even more so for the East Coast. In fact, there could even be some severe weather, even in the Midwest, even on the East Coast. We can get some severe weather. This front has more moisture than the other systems here in October that we've been getting. This storm system in the front has more moisture. The storm system is up in the upper, I think it's in Canada actually, but the real one in Canada that deserves to be watched is the one that's in the Gulf of Alaska right now. That's going to be scooting across Canada during the week. Eventually, that thing is going to be bringing, some cold air perhaps at the end of this week. But I think really, the European computer model indicates that a cold front, even a stronger cold front, will come through at the beginning of next week. AccuWeather backs that up. But I must say the National Weather Service does not back that up. They seem to think that we're going to warm up real quickly right after this cold air mass. So we have different opinions, different approaches as to what's going to be going on next week here in this country. You have the European computer model putting Chicago with daytime highs only in the 40s at times for next week as a second cold front moves through, but not all meteorologists agree on that second cold front for the beginning of next week. We have the cold front this week coming through Wednesday, and we have plenty of cities that are going to get real warm right before that front moves through. Here in the Chicago area, things are not expected to get real warm. That's probably due to Lake Michigan. At times, winds may come off the lake. Now, if you look at the weather right now here in the Chicago area, this is very important for those people that are observing Succos, especially for those people who will be sleeping outside for the next 2 nights, even 8 nights, but 2 nights here in the Chicago area or any location. But we're going to focus right now on Chicago. There's a lot of things that are potential possibilities that you may not hear about in the actual forecast. So let's talk about number 1. First of all, the forecast is for things to remain dry for the rest of today into tonight. However, the North American mesoscale model, that means for real, this is an accurate model 24 hours in advance, less than 24 hours in advance. This is an accurate model. An area of precipitation clouds, precipitating clouds, will be moving through. That's what's happening. However, the air on the surface is so dry, the precipitation is expected to evaporate before it touches the ground in the local West Rogers Park area. Places to the north of West Rogers Park, however, might actually see some precipitation that touches the ground. The good news is that this is going to be light, actually very light. It's expected to be very light if it occurs at all, probably just a drizzle. That's probably associated with some type of a front. Okay, that's precipitation number one. It's pretty much dry, just there could be some light stuff. So we go through the night, pretty much it's just clear skies. And, it's not that bad. Temperatures dropping into the 40s for the night, especially if daytime highs get into the upper 60s, maybe even upper 60s for today. High temperatures tomorrow, probably near 70. Tuesday and Wednesday is really when we go into Tuesday we go into the 70s. Wednesday, you have to watch that strong front to see when that thing moves through. So now we have another area of precipitation that is developing for some reason in Texas, and it's expanding, and it's expected to continue to expand, perhaps arriving in St. Louis, Missouri by early Tuesday. I don't have clarity as to why there is an area of precipitation in Texas, why that is developing. I really don't know. Is that associated with the tropical storm? Is that associated with some front? I don't know. It seems to be separate from the front that's coming in on Wednesday. But that area of precipitation, should it develop, it certainly seems so according to the European computer model. It seems like it's going to be light. It moves into the St. Louis area by 8 a.m. and then into the Chicago area sometime Tuesday afternoon, depending on what model you look at. Some of them have the precipitation moving in later Tuesday afternoon. I don't really know what level of confidence there is with this precipitation because I don't know much about it. I don't know how this thing is originating. I really don't know. But Wednesday, I think that one is the one I think that there could be more confidence about because there is a strong cold front moving through, and you could even get a thunderstorm out of that thing with a big the winds could really increase, and the winds are going to shift, and we're going to see dropping temperatures. The front moves through the Chicago area on Wednesday. They think the front might even move through the East Coast on Wednesday, but that just, we're probably going to have to wait till Wednesday night, maybe, if that's the case. Temperatures will get warm ahead of the front, probably 10 degrees above normal for cities like New York City, Philadelphia, for a day like Wednesday. Wednesday will be the warmest day of the week for the East Coast. Due to this front, south winds again develop ahead of the front, pushing in the warm air, and then temperatures become much colder behind the front. Some areas may get their first flakes of snow, especially up north behind the front. In regards to snow here in Chicago, so there are certain computer model, I can't find them, but the National Weather Service does point out there are some little things going on with the flake here or there, but it's not forecasted to happen. So there's some other little rinky-dink system moving through for about an hour on Thursday. Probably nothing's really going to happen. Really, Tuesday night is the night where you look on the European computer model, you'll see basically rain throughout the whole night. But whether that's actually going to happen is a different question. It's a mysterious system to me. And Wisconsin, Detroit, Michigan, but Wisconsin, it really creates a widespread rain in Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, I believe it's associated with the front. Now, headed up into places like International Falls, Minnesota, the rain will be changing over to snow later this week, and the cold air moves through the country, and that's that. When will we get a return of the warm air? That is not clear right now. We have the areas up in the northwest, especially in Canada. The parts of Canada that are right above the Pacific Northwest have unseasonably warm temperatures at the moment. And we also have places in South Africa that continue to experience very hot weather in areas in South Africa, well above normal, in the 99th percentile for normal. But much of this country is below normal, much, especially the South. You go into the South, we're dealing with 75 to the 99th percentile below normal. Temperatures are significantly cooler than what they normally are. The places that could look forward to beautiful weather: Chicago, it's not bad at all. St. Louis, it's not bad if you plan on sleeping outside. And again, we do have a holiday. I think the majority of the audience perhaps is not familiar with the holiday. I don't really know, but there is a holiday where people will be sleeping outside for tonight, and I don't think it's bad weather at all. Lows in the 40s. One thing that has to be pointed out over here is that Tuesday night, actually, temperatures might even start to rise here in Chicago. We have real mild air that's pushing into the Chicago area Tuesday night. So, we have some also moist air. The dew points are going to go up. So when that model shows rain throughout the night, it's not unbelievable. It could very well be happening. I don't know much about that rain. It's probably going to be very light, though. That's what I think. I think there might be some rain, but very light. And the main precipitation will come along the front, or ahead of the front, or just behind the front on Wednesday. And that is the story. For this afternoon, we have numerous models forecasting highs, I believe, in the 60s. Later on in this podcast, we're going to hear more details, exactly what all of these computer models are forecasting. And at the time that it was said, the models were right on the screen in front of me. So it's not being said based on memory. So there's, that's what it is. Whatever is said, that's what the models are saying. The point of greatest interest for many people is going to be the precipitation on Tuesday and Wednesday that might move through. You can't pick it up. Today's precipitation, if it happens, you can only pick it up on the North American mesoscale model. Not even the high-resolution rapid refresh model. Not even that one is showing any precipitation for today. So if it happens, you may not hear about it. It may be a shock. It may be a surprise. People might not know what's going on. Is it going to continue? If it happens, it would happen this evening, and it's going to be very light, and that would be the North American mesoscale model. The chances are it will stay north, perhaps by Northbrook. Perhaps. It looked like there was some blue in the Northbrook area. I didn't do a close-up over there. But in the West Rogers Park local area, we are not forecasted. Rain is not expected. And that is the story. I'm trying to think if we left some things out, and I know we always do. A lot of the cities for tonight, really, we have that high pressure system off in the mid-Atlantic area. It's in Virginia, actually. It's going to be moving there, and it's going to produce clear skies, precipitation free for the most part in all these cities: New York City, Baltimore, Providence, Rhode Island. You have Cleveland, Ohio, Dallas, Texas. I mentioned there's an area of rain that's going to be developing in Texas, but it didn't look like it's going to be hitting Dallas anytime on Monday, at least. And then that rain, that's where you have to watch out, is on Tuesday. We have more information in regards to all that, in regards to exactly when it's expected to hit Minneapolis, when it's expected to hit Omaha, when it's expected to hit Des Moines. That's going to be happening, I believe, Monday or Tuesday night. You're going to hear more about that in just a moment. I wish everybody a wonderful Yontif, and enjoy the beautiful weather that we have. It is certainly not winter weather yet. This is a local weather forecast for the West Rogers Park area for the holiday of Succos, which starts tonight. This is for the first 2 days of Yontif. This is for the weather station on Mount Trashmore, which is an actual name of a mountain, the closest weather station to the West Rogers Park area. We're going to take a look at several computer models. 5 computer models: National Weather Service computer model, the Global Forecast System, the GFS, forecasting a high near 66 today. European Computer Medium Range Forecast Model, the most accurate model in general, high near 65 today. The German model, which is considered one of the most modern forecast models, has very good results, forecasting a high of 66 today. The Switzerland model, Meteo Blue, highs near 68. The Switzerland model is known for being the most accurate when it comes to temperatures, and in fact on Thursday, high temperature in Chicago hit 76 degrees. Switzerland model forecasting 75 degrees. Other models forecasting highs in the lower 70s. North American Mesoscale model, which is known as being very accurate when forecasts are within 24 hours, especially in regards to thunderstorms, forecasting a high near 63 today. The High Resolution Rapid Refresh model, also cater-made for thunderstorms, forecasting a high near 65 degrees. Overnight lows tonight with clear skies. GFS computer model 48, European computer model 47, German model 47, Switzerland model 48, North American Mesoscale model 48, High Resolution Rapid Refresh 48. Winds today out of the southwest at about 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow, light winds expected. European computer model, GFS model, German model, all forecasting highs in the low 70s. Switzerland model, high near 72 degrees. North American Mesoscale model, 69. High Resolution Rapid Refresh, mid-60. Winds becoming south tomorrow night, much warmer night. GFS model, lows in the mid-50s. European model, lows in the low 50s. German model, 48 degrees. Switzerland model, 51 degrees. North American Mesoscale, upper 40s. High Resolution Rapid Refresh does not go that far. Tuesday, GFS model, winds out of the southwest, 14 to 18 miles per hour, highs near 73 degrees. GFS model Tuesday, highs in the mid-60s with precipitation moving in by 4 o'clock. We'll have to get more details on that. That's actually the European computer model. GFS model highs near 73. Clouds. European computer model highs in the mid-60s, but eventually rain moving in. The German model highs near 73, but eventually rain moving in. The Switzerland model highs near 70 degrees, but eventually rain moving in, and in fact, even a thunderstorm by 10 o'clock p.m. Tuesday night. Wednesday, the European computer model sets us up with the highest chances for thunderstorm. Forecasters feel that the precipitation will be moving in later than what these models are showing. Precipitation Wednesday afternoon, says the GFS, the European, the German model. The Switzerland model indicates precipitation will be over with. Winds remain out of the southwest, according to all models, Wednesday afternoon, at least until 1 o'clock. Much colder air moves in for Thursday. Possible morning shower, says the GFS. Here's some more details on the European computer model for the next few days. Today, clear skies. Well, we can't say totally clear. Areas of clouds possibly moving in. High clouds moving in sometime between 11 and 1 o'clock. Winds out of the southwest about 9 miles per hour for most of the day, especially between 10 and 4. High temperatures occurring 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, with highs around 65 degrees, dew points in the upper 30s. Winds gusting to 20 miles an hour. Barometric pressure should be dropping throughout the day, with an area of clouds moving in approximately about 3:30 or so until 6:30 before dissipating. Highs in the mid-60s. Tonight, lows dropping into the mid to upper 40s, low around 47 degrees. Dew points rising to near 45 degrees. Winds becoming northeast early in the morning around 2 a.m. Clear skies, especially from 10 p.m. onward. Winds at about 9 miles an hour, between 8 and 10 miles per hour. Pressure rising throughout the night. And again, that overnight low near 47 degrees. Relative humidity about 96% by tomorrow morning. Winds out of the east for tomorrow until around late morning. Clear skies throughout the day. Pressure reaching its peak at around 9 a.m. at 30.21. Gradually dropping after that. Highs near 70 degrees. East winds becoming southwest by about 2 p.m. at 13 miles per hour. Wind shifting east again by 6 p.m. as pressure reaches its peak in depth at 30.1. When the winds are out of the east at 6 p.m., winds are only 2 miles per hour. Winds becoming southerly again, and then southwest by 1 or 2 in the morning, Tuesday morning. Becoming breezy out of the southwest by Tuesday, mid to late morning. More clouds around on Tuesday. Dew points inching higher Tuesday. High temperature clouds coming in by, well, there already should be some clouds in the area by 6:30 in the morning. Clouds lowering and thickening by 9:30 in the morning. Plenty of even lower clouds by noon. Cloudy skies continue, at least until through 4 and probably even through 5. High temperatures mid-60s. Precipitation chances come in at 4 o'clock p.m. Winds out of the southwest 15 miles per hour, gusting to 29. 5 p.m. southwest winds, or maybe 4 p.m. is really a south wind. 5 p.m. south to southwest winds. Chance for precipitation. Barometric pressure, which was 30.11 at 6 a.m., dropping to 29.93 by 6 p.m. Ultimately, it's going to drop to 29.61 by 1 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. That's when we're going to see the peak. What's amazing over here is the rising temperatures Tuesday night. Temperatures drop into the upper 50s, 59 degrees by about 5 o'clock. Then they start rising. Temperatures hit 60 degrees by 9 p.m. And then the thunderstorms move in at about 11 p.m., precipitation 10 p.m. Thunderstorms continue for the remainder of the night. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, people will be waking up to temperatures near 60 degrees with sunshine. Relative humidity approximately 80%. Precipitation moves in at about noon or 1 o'clock, and then we gradually see a shift in the wind after that. Temperatures start dropping after 11 a.m., dropping into the upper 50s by late Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday we'll see plenty of clouds around throughout the day, but especially 10 a.m. onward. Sunshine returns by 4 o'clock. The next sub-40 degree reading, according to the European model, expected Thursday night or Friday 7 a.m. Heaviest rain, according to the European computer model, super light rain Tuesday afternoon, less than 1/10 of an inch per hour. Even the whole episode would be less than 1/10 of an inch. Tuesday night, super light rain, possibly 1/10 of an inch by 1 a.m. That's from 10 o'clock p.m. to 1 a.m., about 1/10 of an inch, 5/100ths of an inch after that. Total rainfall accumulation 1/10 of an inch or a little bit more Wednesday night. A heavier rain shower with a rumble of thunder possible Wednesday afternoon, with possibly about 1/4 of an inch within a 3-hour period. Thursday 1 a.m., that's the middle of Wednesday night, less than 1/10 of an inch, very light rain. Sunday afternoon, very light rain, and that's about it. Coldest day looks to be Friday with a high around 50 degrees. Very cold front actually comes in on Sunday, dropping temperatures throughout the day Sunday, actually, amazingly. This is on the 16th. It's a week from today. Starting off at 49 degrees, dropping into the low 40s, eventually dropping to 33 degrees Monday morning. It's by 7 a.m. Highs on Monday near 45 degrees. Monday night might be the first sub-freezing night of the season with calm winds and clear skies. Lows dropping to near 30 degrees, highs back into the mid-40s on Tuesday. That's 3 consecutive days with highs in the mid-40s, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. Let's track the cold for next week. Low pressure of around 29.2 earlier today in the Gulf of Alaska gradually moves northeast but remains in the Gulf of Alaska by midday, then pulls into Canada, deepening to 29.1 by early afternoon, then to 29.0 as it continues northeast by evening, as it moves north of 65 degrees north latitude and stays between 130 to 135 degrees west longitude. By 8 p.m., European computer model shows the system strengthening to slightly under 29.0. That's 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 1 o'clock Zulu time. System then turns east instead of northeast, strengthens to 28.9 by 1 a.m. as it gradually turns southeast as it reaches approximately 125 degrees west longitude. System continues to move east, reaching approximately 130 degrees west longitude. By 6 a.m., it remains north of 65 degrees north latitude. At 28.9, remains a powerhouse storm tomorrow through tomorrow morning at 28.9 as it continues moving east. Some weakening expected tomorrow as system, but remains a powerhouse storm at 29.0. Continues moving east-northeast. Center of system drops south of 65 degrees north latitude by tomorrow night 10 p.m. 3 o'clock Zulu time. 29.05. System then heads north right along 105 degrees west longitude. At midnight, it even starts to move northwest. It moves back north of 65 degrees north latitude by 6 a.m. at 29.1. System remains at 29.1 by 5 p.m. at approximately the same place, weakening to 29.2, but remaining a powerhouse storm later tomorrow evening. Looks like another storm of 29.1 will be located by the Hudson Bay, and by 10 or 11 o'clock p.m. tomorrow evening, these two systems will consolidate into one large storm of 29.1. The system then splits into two by Wednesday, October 12th, 9 p.m., one of them right along 60 degrees north latitude, the other one at about 55 degrees north latitude, one of them at about 90 degrees west longitude, the other one at about 85 degrees west longitude, or about 29.15 to 29.18. The low pressure system that we are talking about will be bringing precipitation into the Midwest, arriving in North Dakota by 8 a.m. Tuesday morning. The truth is that's a separate system. It's 29.2, which stays about 55 degrees north latitude north of North Dakota. There appears to be some snow with the system in Montana. The Midwest and East Coast will remain under high pressure for today. There's an area of precipitation over in South Florida and also over in the southern parts of South Carolina, eastern parts of Georgia. For this afternoon, an area of precipitation will move towards Savannah, Georgia, and Miami, Florida. Precipitation spreading into South Carolina this evening. High pressure over Virginia for Tuesday will bring solid south winds into the area, with an area of precipitation headed towards the St. Louis area Tuesday morning. This area of precipitation will be moving northeast, moving into the Chicago area by Tuesday afternoon. But the front associated with the low pressure system in Canada will move through South Dakota and Minnesota Tuesday evening, bringing precipitation to the Minneapolis area, drying out after midnight, moving into the Des Moines area by around 11 p.m. and Omaha, Nebraska around 10 p.m. Lots of rain in Wisconsin Tuesday night.